Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills and blooming flowers, there lived a little girl named Lena. Lena was different from the other children in the village. She loved animals more than anything else in the world. Lena had a special ability. She could talk to animals. Not only could she understand them, but she could also communicate with them. In the garden of her house, she had created a little paradise for animals. She had parrots that sang along with her, rabbits that played on the lawn, and cats that followed her like shadows. 3 little animals had become Lena's best friends: Jimmy, Philip, and Calliope. Jimmy was a down-to-earth bunny who loved listening to Lena's stories. Philip, a mouse with glasses, was the scientist of the group, always updating Lena on the latest scientific news from the forest. Calliope, a gentle cat with long fur, was Lena's best friend in moments when she wanted to stretch out and gaze at the sky. Lena cherished every moment spent with her animal friends, but when she tried to make friends with the other children in the village, the situation was different. The kids in her class didn't understand her. They thought she was strange because she had so many animals and spent time with them. One day, as Lena was trying to play with the other children in the schoolyard, some of them laughed and called her the girl of the animals. Lena felt stuck, but then her 3 friends visited her.
Don't worry, Lena. We're here for you.
You don't need everyone. You have us, your faithful friends.
You are special, and that's what we love about you.
Lena's heart filled with love. Suddenly, she didn't feel alone anymore. The 3 little animals were always there for her, to support her and understand her. And so, Lena continued to live her life with her beloved animals. Even though the other children didn't always understand her, she never felt alone. She had the most special friends, 3 little animals, who understood her more than all the humans in the village. A year had passed since young Helen discovered the marvelous secret hidden in the forest behind her home. Her ability to communicate with animals made her everyday adventures unforgettable. However, a somber shadow had fallen over her life. Her classmates, despite the joy she conveyed through the wonderful stories of animals, considered her peculiar. They couldn't comprehend how a girl could have friends who weren't human. The underlying comments, the malicious jokes, they all made Helen feel lonely despite the companionship of the animals. One day, as she strolled through the forest, she came across a little bird sitting alone on a branch. The bird seemed sad, and Helen couldn't bear to see it in such a state. As she approached, the bird began to speak to her. "It's so lonely and isolated. It has no friends," it confessed. Helen, though saddened by the bird's plight, was disturbed by the realization that so many beings lived in isolation due to human prejudice. She decided to do something about it. She went to her school and decided to talk to her friends. With an honest and open dialogue, she explained how communicating with animals wasn't something weird or strange. "Every being in the world has something to offer. My animal friends are true, loyal, and understanding," she said. "It's worth looking beyond the obvious differences and finding beauty in the diversity of nature." Helen's friends began to understand the message she was trying to convey. Slowly, they started opening up to new experiences and treating Helen's friendship with animals with respect. Through her experience, Helen taught her friends that true friendship isn't limited by differences. It's the ability to see beyond those differences and love others for who they truly are, regardless of how they communicate or the form they take.